this is Sidra with the Wicked Orchard, and Unpopular Thoughts was talking to Sidra from Comparative Reasoning, and he said his girl had a book she'd written and she wanted to publish, and I published 2 books. So Sidra thought it'd be a good idea if I did a video talking about the process and what I did for each, and I agreed. So the first book that I published was A Haven of Misperdition. That came out April 2017. And the easy part was the writing. The writing went very easily for me once I had my characters. The story just unfolded. So I had this completed document, completed manuscript, and so, okay, I want to get it published. So, of course, getting it traditionally published through a traditional publishing house is the gold standard. So you look up ways to try and do that. All of your big-time publishing houses do not accept unsolicited manuscripts, meaning if you're not represented by a literary agent, they're not going to look in your direction. So no point wasting your time sending it to them because they just toss it when they get it. You never hear from them. So that means you have to find a literary agent. So you have to start writing query letters. And in the query letters, you have to tell about yourself and do a synopsis of what you've written. You have to find literary agents who are accepting new authors. And you have to hopefully fit into the genre that they cover. See, they're not taking all comers. They're looking for certain genres. So there are people who spend years on top of years appealing to literary agents or to publishing houses trying to get their work published. And granted, I did not submit query letters to very many. It takes forever for you to get a response back, like 3 months, and then you get rejected. Luckily, being rejected wasn't any kind of a soul-sucking experience for me. So I think the very last literary agent I sent it to, I found them on WordPress, and they were taking new submissions. Like, all right, so I'll submit. And she got back to me and said she really liked my writing and my style, and she liked the story, but it didn't fit into the types of books she was representing, so she had to reject it. I had to think about that. You liked everything about it, but it doesn't fit this preset criteria, so you're not going to pursue representing me. It's like, I love you. I love everything about you. I love your hair, your skin, your personality, but you don't set this preset of rules my mom gave me, so I'm not going to be with you. Fuck that. So I decided I could spend my time begging literary agents to represent me, or I can go another avenue and publish it myself. So I decided to do that. A Haven of Misperdition, Cedric has heard it countless times. He heard it as I was writing it. He heard it after I edited it. And he loved it. I don't know, maybe more than me. The second person to ever, the second person to know of it, the first person to read it was Lorenzo Meacham. And he read it. And I was fortunate that he was in a space where he could read it because he never had a whole lot of time. And he absolutely loved it and thought that I should get it published. But I was having a hard time figuring out how to do that until that same person, Lorenzo, published his children's book. And he published it through a publisher called OUTSKIRTS Press. And basically, OUTSKIRTS Press is you pay them for a package, and they'll do everything for you. The formatting, they'll lay it out when you choose the photo, the cover photo, author bio. They put it all together for you for a set amount of money that you pay them. And certain other things that you want done cost extra. So he did it, and he got his children's book published, and I was like, that might be a way to go. But the package that I needed costs $1,500. I didn't have $1,500, so that was a problem. So what I did is I started a crowdfund through GoFundMe so I could publish my first book. It took me, I guess, about 10 months to get the $1,500 that I needed. I got donations from Lorenzo, my mom, some family, a lot of friends and co-workers. I was able to get it published. It was a tedious process because I did all the editing myself, and they gave you a certain amount of edits, and then any more over that you had to pay for. So I also had to come out of pocket with the edits too. But I got it published April 2017 is when it came out, and it was available on their website, and the paperbacks were available through Amazon. And they wanted to upsell me a package where they would put it on a bunch of other places like Google or Barnes and Nobles. $500 they put on these places. I thought about it. I said I could pay them $500 to upload this file I already have to these various sites, or I could do it myself. So I did it myself. I made sure the ebook got on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Kobo, Google Plus. I couldn't get it up on Apple because that just didn't work for me. It was too damn complicated. And it was published. It was out there. And I also bought copies, paperback copies from the publisher. The book cost $20.95, and I would get them for half that price. And I've sold them to a lot of my coworkers and got a lot of positive feedback. The problem is, after you have the book out there, because you don't have a traditional publishing house behind you doing everything, you have to market it yourself. And what I've come to learn is that writers are not marketers. They just want to write the book. So having to figure out how to promote it is rather difficult. And it's been a learning process that I've been gaining more information about since I put this book out. I've done book readings, I think about 4 or 5 book readings locally, which was okay. I got fair turnouts. But the biggest amount of exposure that I think that I've had is when I stumbled onto the author community on Facebook and realized that there are a whole lot of self-published authors out there, especially a lot of African American and African American females self-publishing their own novels, and they publish a lot. There's also a lot of females that have their own smaller publishing companies. I haven't attempted that yet, but you can ask them anything. I, found some and befriended them, and just ask them questions. How do you market? How do you do mock-ups to push your book out there? How do you advertise? And they answer these questions gladly. They're very warm and very open and very helpful. So I've been utilizing that, I guess, for the past 3 months to try and push my book out there. And I promote theirs on my author site, and they'll promote mine. And, I think the exposure is increasing, but it's increasing slowly. And what I realize is that authors that have more than one novel in their catalog seem to get steadily more attention. So I thought, okay, I need to get another book published. I've got 6 manuscripts written, a lot of short stories, and I'm working on the 7th manuscript. So like, okay, it was 2018 at the time. I need to get another one published. So I started another crowdfunding. That fell flat. I didn't get any traction on that. And so understanding that was what was happening, and that I was going to need probably $2,000 to get the 2nd book published on OUTSKIRTS Press, I started looking for other avenues. And it turns out that Amazon and their print-on-demand service, CreateSpace, they dissolved CreateSpace and merged it into Kindle self-publishing. So I realized that I could self-publish my book on Amazon with Kindle and have the e-version and paperbacks. And the paperbacks were $4.33 per copy. That was the author amount. And I'm like, that's a lot cheaper than OUTSKIRTS Press, and I'm not coming out of pocket with $2,000. So that was my new goal. And so in order to do that, I had to edit. Now, I have read Wildflowers at least 3 times prior to this process, and still there was a lot that was wrong with it. So I had to edit. I think I read my novel about 6 times back to back, editing and re-editing. And then when I finished, I would start over. And when I was confident that I got the best product that I can, I got started. I also created my own cover. This is Wildflowers. You can't really see all of it because this is the not for sale proof copy. But the cover I designed myself. Designed it in Microsoft Word using royalty-free photos that I found online and doctoring them and putting them just so and putting my name in the title just the way I wanted it. So I sat down, went to Amazon to upload my manuscript. After I've read the site many times, seeing what I would have to do, so it seemed pretty straightforward. I uploaded this manuscript and I looked at it once it finished laying it out so I could see how it would look in a paperback, and it was all wrong. The print was like at the very edge of the page. The words didn't flow. There wasn't any text to wrap. It would cut off in the middle of a line and then jump to the next line and continue. I'm trying to figure out what the hell is the problem. And I realized that Amazon does not format your book for you. I did it in a Word document, 8.5 by 11. That's what each page was. Whereas a book, this book, is 6 by 9. So you have to get something that's this big into something this big. That requires formatting, which I was not aware of. So I went and started looking, how can I format? And so I found a step-by-step about how to format, what you had to do. And I did it. And it was difficult. And it made it look better. But it still wasn't good enough. Not that I want to try and sell people. You don't want to sell someone a flawed product. It doesn't matter how good the story is. If it doesn't flow, the words don't flow, they're not going to want to read it. So I was thinking on it. And one day I was on Facebook. And I was looking at Facebook trying to see if there were any areas that people were saying, drop your author link if you want a free promotion. And after I was looking for a while and realized that I hadn't seen any of those, I just kept scrolling. There's a bunch of memes and stuff. And I asked myself, why am I sitting here wasting time scrolling through Facebook, not seeing anything? And then about 5 minutes after that, I stumbled onto a conversation between 3 or 4 other authors in one of the groups. And it was on my news feed. And one of the authors said that they started using draft to digital to format their work. And I was like, draft to digital? What's that? And someone else said, oh yeah, I started using them too. It's really great. So I went looking up draft to digital. And it was amazing. Draft to digital, you can upload your manuscript and they will format it for you for free. And if you choose to continue, they will format your cover. And you can even distribute through them if you want. And they take about 15%. And you get 85% royalties. I was like, okay, so I could do that. And then I learned by reading another exchange between some more authors that you can just upload your manuscript. They can format it and you can still download that formatted file for free and not have to distribute through them. And you can upload it wherever you want. So, okay, so I'll try it. And that's what I did. I uploaded the draft to digital. And it formatted it. And it allowed me to see, where there were errors. And I could go back into the original manuscript, fix it, and reformat it. And it was tedious. I did it several times before I got it right. But I had an avenue to take more so than just being stuck. So, I did that. Got the right file for print and for e-version and uploaded it to Amazon. And it worked. I was able to put in a copyright page. I put in the dedication page. I couldn't get a chapter list to work. I'm still not sure why that wouldn't format right, but I didn't have a list of chapters in the original. So for consistency, I didn't try to put one in the second after that. So I got the actual story uploaded, formatted, and ready to go. Now it was time for the cover. So I struggled with the cover, and Cedric struggled with me because I had this cover that I had designed that I wanted to use, and I couldn't upload a Word document. And when I switched it over to PDF and uploaded it, it wouldn't fit in their parameters. And I had to design the front cover and the back cover and the spine. And Cedric and I struggled, and we could not get it to fit in their parameters. So I said, okay, let me look at what they have for their own cover creator, because you can upload your own cover or use theirs. So I went and used theirs and realized that you could upload an image. I was like, well, shit, I can just upload the original front cover image. And so that's what I did. There were also problems with that. So me and Sidra struggled, making it bigger, making it smaller, changing the color of the words so that it stood out more. And I know I'm missing parts of it because it took several days, but eventually we got it to work. And it was a team effort because I certainly could not have done it without him. But we got it formatted correctly. And this is the first proof copy right here. And I ended up changing it again because they said that the words on the cover would be cut off. And it just about is. The S in my last name is cut off right there at the very edge. So I had to reload it and shift my name and the title. Can't see that. My name and the title over, and then change the colors that it stood out on the yellow background. And so I have that second proof on the way now, but it's all set to go, and it's available to be purchased right now on Amazon. I haven't done an email blast about it yet because I was waiting for a few things. Last night I did the same thing with a short story. It's only 33 pages. It's not going to cost very much, but I did an e-version and a paperback, and they're under review right now to be approved so that they can be available. It was a lot easier publishing with Amazon/Kindle than doing it for OUTSKIRTS Press. And, I had to do a lot of things myself, but I also didn't have to worry about dropping $2,000 to get it done and having the company continue to try and upsell me stuff that I could do myself. Oh, wow. I think that's about it. Did I miss anything, Cedric?
I don't think so. Seems pretty on point.
I'll put links below to Draft to Digital, and links to A Haven of Misperdition, so you can check that out. It's got a 4-chapter sneak peek, and Wildflowers has got a 3-chapter sneak peek, so you can read a little bit to see if it is up your alley before you decide to drop any money on it. But it's a lot easier now than it was when I was researching for A Haven to publish. And there are other places where you can publish too, like you could do Smashwords. I haven't done that, but a lot of authors do. You can do Lulu. I haven't done that, but a lot of authors do. And there are a lot more out there where you can publish ebooks and get paperbacks and get your work out there. I'm still working on the marketing. I plan to have book readings, but you have to have a venue. And if you're broke, paying for a venue isn't the best option. So it takes a bit of searching. And I hope to start a newsletter where I can send monthly information about what I'm writing, what's been published, what videos on YouTube I've released, what I'm blogging on Medium. And once you have it written, which is the fun part, the not so fun part, the promotion is what starts. And from what I understand, every author, aside from struggling with writer's block or laziness, is bad at promotion. So being able to promote and exchange ideas with other authors on different platforms like Facebook or Twitter or however you engage is really important. So if you've gotten what I say is the easy part, some would say the hard part, but if you've gotten the easy part, which is the writing done, and you've got a complete manuscript and you are happy with it, then it's time to edit. And you edit and you re-edit and you re-edit until you think you've got it as complete as you possibly can. And if you can pay for someone to edit it, or you can find someone who won't charge you to look at it for another set of eyes. I had someone look at it. My cousin looked at it, and unfortunately, she's starting out editing it, but when she got into the story, she was just reading it, and she stopped editing it. So that second pair of eyes didn't really come in handy in this case. But having a second pair of eyes really will help, and I hope to have one for the next one. Maybe, because I did, edit a third novel during this process. So, but yeah, I'll put everything, links to what I've used in the description, so anyone can click and see if it'll suit them. But that's about it. It's doable. If anybody's got any suggestions about how to market myself or the novels, please put in the description below, because I could use any bit of help anybody can offer. What?
Comment section.
Oh, comment section. Sorry, put in the comment section.
Yeah,
I don't do
you
this.
control the description.
I don't do this that often. Sorry. Comment section. If you have any tips, put in the comment section. I'll be looking. Sidra will be looking. Because we need help, and any information that I gain, I'll be willing to share with anybody. So if your dream is to be a writer and to publish a book, let's build our dreams together, because we get more done together than we do apart. So A Haven of Misprediction, it's on Amazon. You can just type that in and you'll find it. My second one, Wildflowers, you have to put that in with my name, because all kinds of things about wildflowers pop up. But Wildflowers, Sidra, Owens, and this will pop up and you'll see it. And the short story I published last night is Quitting Time. This is still under review, but you'll be able to put Quitting Time in with my name and it'll pop up. And check it out, see if you like it. I think that's it.